Good morning, Hurricane Jerry with you as we talk fishing here in the State Line area every Saturday morning at 7:20 a.m. here on Iron Country 1019 and 1490. You can stream anywhere on ironcountry.fm or even download the free TuneIn radio app from your Google Play Store and listen from your mobile device, or even visit our Big Radio website at bigradio.fm, and you can also stream there. The Fishing Hole this morning brought to you by Harbor Recreation, Southern Wisconsin's boating headquarters, located on Lake Koshkonong. You can check them out at harborrec.com. As we're waiting for ice, well, it's time to start talking ice fishing, and it's time to start actually booking your trips for the upcoming 2019-2020 ice fishing season. And if you're looking to maybe do something this weekend, it's only about a 4-hour drive from the State Line here from Beloit, Janesville area, and get on up to St. Paul, because I've been there and hopefully I'll get in there this weekend. Maybe this afternoon I'll try to get up to Minneapolis, St. Paul, actually in St. Paul, and visit the huge ice show up there. And our next guest this morning, Lonney Goman, Captain Lonney Goman of Trophy Ice Fish, is going to be there. And Lonney, tell us a little bit about this past season on your open water trips, and kind of maybe recap a little bit about that and what you have to offer for open water, and then we can quickly change gears and talk ice fishing.
Well, good morning, everybody. Yeah, thank you. We had a great season. We started out with our open water season around mid to late April. We just crushed some bruiser walleyes. We started on that west shore, fishing that O'Connell and Peshtigo bites. It started really early in the Fox River, and boy, we had a great year. We got a lot of big walleyes, and then we shifted gears. The water temperatures were a little cool. We got up to Sturgeon Bay and north, way up into Door County, and we found those pre-spawn fish in early May, almost to mid-May, and it was just an excellent rip jig bite, and even a little bit of trolling, and we got some magnum walleyes. I mean, I'm talking 31, 32. We had a 30, almost a 33 this year. 12, 13-pound walleyes. One was 13.8. So those are really big Green Bay walleyes. Summer came along. We got into the bass, the big bass in Door County, even in spring a little bit. As soon as we got done with those big walleyes, we chased some big bruiser smallies. We're looking for 7-pounders. We got some really nice 6-pounders this year, big smallies. And then we got into the summer fishing and got limits of walleyes, the eater size. Down in the lower Green Bay areas, a lot of the key spots. And then right around fall, we got in some excellent fall walleye fishing, and then we ended our season up on Washington Island for some really nice smallmouth bass fishing in northern Door County, and ended up with like a 6.2 being our biggest smallmouth bass of the year up on Washington Island.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, Lonney, real quick, you're on that Washington Island. That's something maybe your listeners might want to book a trip with you for next year. Now that is a live bait bite you do up there, or kind of a technique up there?
It started out with live bait, but we've been fishing a lot of Ned rigs and tubes.
Oh, okay.
On some days when I really find the bass concentrated. But to search, we do use some live bait. We do a combination of both. I'd say it's about 40-60, 50-50 now, live bait, the plastics, but both very effective.
Awesome. Good deal. This weekend, St. Paul Ice Show going on, and you're going to be there, of course, and tell us a little bit about that, and where, if they want to meet you and maybe think about maybe booking an ice fishing trip with you, they can do that too this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. Come on out to the St. Paul Ice Show down in, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yep.
We'll be booth 404, Trophy Ice Fish, representing Green Bay ice fishing. We are Green Bay ice fishing. We love eat, breathe, sleep ice fishing. We specialize in limits of whitefish and trophy walleyes up in the Sturgeon Bay area. It's just something we've been doing for years, and we've got really nice equipment and gear, and we take really good care of our customers.
That's one thing too. If you got a group outing or want to, maybe a reunion of old buddies or whatever, you have how many permanent shacks you're going to have out there this year, Lonney?
We're up to 25 ice houses now, and it's funny you mentioned that. We are really specializing in weekday corporate outings. It could be a group of 5 guys from a team building exercise, all the way up. We have a group that comes every year, 75 union carpenters. It's the union hall entertaining their contractors. And I'll tell you what, we do fish fries on the ice. We take a couple of your whitefish that goes towards your limit, and we will cook your fish up, deliver it to you. You're catching fish. It's just a great day on the ice.
That's one thing unique about your guide service, Lonney. I think one of the very few that do that. But if you've watched Larry Smith Outdoors, you've seen Larry, and I do believe, I think Shotgun has been up there too. Shotgun Schaefer, I think, when you guys are cooking fish on the show, and kind of gives you a good idea of what it's all about.
Yeah, Shotgun's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine, a great cook. I've got to know him over the years. Larry and I are good buddies. We film with Larry. He'll be filming with me twice this winter. We're going to do an early ice show, whether it be perch or pike, and then we'll do our whitefish show. So we've got a great relationship with Larry Smith Outdoors. But I know that Larry did not eat a goby last year.
No, I've noticed that.
He may eat some gobies this year, depending if we got time to fry him up some gobies this year.
I got to ask you, is Larry going to be in your booth at all for the weekend here in St. Paul?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. We just talked to Larry the other day. He'll be in our booth on Saturday and talking Green Bay ice fishing, and I'm sure he'll be talking Winnebago ice fishing, but looking forward to having Larry in our booth.
That's awesome. Good deal. So tell us a little bit, Lonney. I know one thing I haven't touched on, some of the tackle that you use, your rods, your reels for whitefish. You want to kind of maybe sneak a peek here and kind of tell our listeners who are thinking about maybe booking a trip with you what you use.
Yeah, so, over the years, the whitefish slider rig has really developed and grown into so many different customized rigs. We like a 3/8 ounce lead ball. We have actually now poured up for us. I got a guy pouring our lead 3/8 ounce ball for us, 1/4 ounce. We tie two DMC, I think they're number 12 or 8 red hooks, and we put a special polymer knot in there. We've got that. We tie flies on there. We use different spoons. We've actually used jigging wraps depending on how the bite is. Sometimes the bite can get tough. And then we've actually been using, it's a Kitech paddle tail. I don't know if you're familiar with those. And then they got a little lead head, and it actually resembles a goby, and we kind of bounce the bottom. So there's about 4 or 5 techniques we use to catch the whitefish. Between me and the guides, we really like to teach our customers how to catch these whitefish. Years ago, what we've noticed is you could have put a piece of bubble gum down on a hook and caught a whitefish, and now these whitefish are kind of getting smart and savvy to what we've been using for the years. So you've got to throw different techniques and lures at them to kind of coax them into biting, in which we can. We use the Vex sliders. We use the cameras. We really like a 28-inch to a 30-inch medium light rod to identify the bite when you get that little bit of a negative bite or pop on your wax worm or slider hook or whatever we're using. And we really like our flashers to identify those fish, to see they're there. And then you work those fish with several different cadences to see what they like, because you're going to get a lot of window shoppers, but you want them to eat. So you always got to switch your cadences up. And these whitefish can be challenging to catch. Over the years, guys think they're just easy. You're going to come get a fast limit. And in some cases, you do. But, sometimes you got to work, half a day, 3/4 of a day to get your limit, because you got to... You get them on, they fall off halfway up, and you got to work for them some days, but definitely rewarding once you do get that limit. And
there's nothing wrong with working for them, too. So, I think it makes you a better angler, too. I think trying to,
absolutely. Sure.
Lonney, when you're fishing the whitefish, you're out there pretty deep water, I take it, right?
Yeah, there's different strategies with these whitefish. I know guys that fish them shallow water. I know we're more deep water. And the reason being, we think there's bigger biomasses of whitefish out deeper on some of these deeper reefs and breaks that go from 60 to 80 to 100 feet. I know guys that do fish them in that 15 to 20 feet, and they do pretty good. I think the whitefish population is just increasing year after year, and they're just hungry. They're in the shallows looking for gobies. They're out deep looking for gobies or bloodworms or certain planktons that kind of live in these zebra mussel formations. And that's the bottom line. When you're looking for whitefish, just find zebra mussels, subtle breaks, zebra mussel formations, I call it, and you'll find whitefish.
What about walleyes? Now, that's a little more later in the year?
We catch walleyes from first ice all the way till the end of last ice, but my favorite time is either first ice, the first couple of weeks of January. But, I'll tell you what, those big walleyes start staging for that pre-spawn, we call it. And, you start getting the middle of March to end of March, so that first week of April where we start getting late ice, boy, it can get really good. And I always say catching a big trophy walleye through the ice is a lot like shooting a big buck with your bow. It's just the challenge versus that, you know what I'm saying, having the planer boards out or rip jigging. It just, there's something satisfying about catching a big walleye through the ice.
It is. And then not only that, the high fives, when that happens. So, but Lonney, anybody wants to book a trip with you this winter and possibly maybe if you're looking for open water for next year too, tell us where they can get a hold of you and website and also social media platforms where they can follow you and maybe get in contact with you.
Yes. If you want to check out our website, check out www.trophyIcefish.com or send us an email at Lonney, Lonney, at greenbaytrophyfishing.com, or just give us a call at 920-304-0282. And our social media platform would be Facebook at Trophy Icefish. And they can find us there and get all our contact information.
All right, sounds good. And Lonney, thanks for taking time and play it safe this winter. And I'm going to try to get up to St. Paul myself. So hopefully I'll probably, if I do get up there, it'll be on probably Sundays. So I'm going to miss that Larry Smith guy. So, but he's going to be with you today in St. Paul. So I tell you what, you want to book a trip with Lonney Goman, definitely do that. Again, thanks, Lonney, for taking time out this morning, and we'll be in touch with you again, I'm sure, hopefully next spring.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Take care, Lonney.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. That is Lonney Goman from Trophy Ice Fishing. And again, you can book a trip with Lonney Goman. Again, he's going to be at the St. Paul show this weekend. And I tell you what a fantastic guide service he has. Cooking fish and French fries on the ice. And not only that, he's got, 24 houses. That's incredible. I think that holds 6 to 8 people, something like that. But incredible guide service he has up there. There's a ton of them up there, and he's one of the good ones up there. So give him a holler, and he'll definitely get you set up. And not only that, there's a reason why he calls it Trophy Ice Fish. There are some big walleyes and, of course, a ton of whitefish up there, too. It will wrap up our show this week here on Iron Country. And today's show is brought to you by the Rock River Bait Box in Fort Atkinson. They're located on Rock River Road. They have a huge selection of light bait and tackle. Not only that, they have these new tip-ups out there right now from Beaver Dam. They got the lighted tip-ups. And not only that, they are your home for Acme Tackle. Now, Acme has a ton of new products out. And coming up in a week or so, we're going to talk with Matt Bachanich from Acme Tackle. And he's going to tell us a lot about what they have this year. Now, you've heard of the Google eyes with the walleyes? Well, they got tungsten jigs that have these little eyes and little, little balls in there that rattle in there that'll attract panfish. And I saw some the other day, and they're just unbelievable. Not to mention the D-chain with the new Castsmasters. There's just a ton of new stuff, new product that Acme Tackle has out. And the guys at the Rock River Bait Box, they have just about everything in stock when it comes to your tackle for ice fishing. They also have a wide range of custom rods, including Elk River custom rods and an in-house custom rod and reel repaired by Mark. And you can check out Mark's Rock River custom rods, too. And he can also build you an ice rod, too, I'm sure. Also, the guys at the Bait Box feature the Old Hickory Utility Building, so get a hold of Brian up in the Rock River Bait Box, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about the bounty hunt coming up on Lake Koshkonong sometime. I do believe that will be Don't quote me. I think that might be late January, early February. So kind of keep a date open there for that. That's going to be pretty big. And we'll get Brian on here in another week or two, and we'll talk about that.